Biggest book haul of 2025. This is also technically my second book haul of 2025. Details. Last month, it was my birthday, so there are a few gifts, a few new ones, and as usual, some used ones. Even actually one from a little library. So I'm trying, because if you look at my stats this year, it has not been going well, okay? I gave 2 books 5-star. Only 2, and they were both read my first reading vlog of the year. So I've been feeling not really in a slump. I've still read some good books, but like I just don't know what to read. I keep starting books and just not feeling it. And you get to a point where you're like, is it me? Is it the books? Maybe both. I mean, I've really been trying. You're going to see that in my wrap up, because I've been reading some of my most anticipated books that are not even released yet, and they've been disappointments. So like it's been rough. So I thought maybe if I get just new books, okay, and maybe we'll solve it. And I'm currently reading one. I'm halfway through it, and I think it's working. So Martha, this was on a list of best books of 2024 last year. Actually, I did a reading vlog on that list, and out of the 4 books that I read, I've enjoyed all 4. So I thought might as well continue. This is a bit outside my comfort zone. It's more like an adult literary fiction, and it's pretty depressing, but I really enjoy it. Okay, you would think maybe right now depressing books wouldn't be working, but they tend to work for me. So here we are. You follow a character who is depressed. He's feeling really lost in life. He has suffered from addiction, and you're seeing little like slice of life, portion of his life, and also his family members. So there's a bit of generational trauma, in my opinion, in here. And there's not much necessarily that happens, but there's just something about the writing. It's just captivating. So I get it so far. I get the hype. Hopefully the ending is good. But yeah, it's just vibes. Depressing, but poignant vibes. So yes, whatever it's doing, it's working so far. The next one. Okay, when you use Bookshop, sometimes books have to stand out. I get really overwhelmed. I usually don't even approach the like mystery thriller horror section because it's just so overwhelming. But a spine that is colorful or weirdly tall books will stand out. And when I looked what the title was, I was like, oh, okay, this is A Short Stay in Hell. I haven't heard anything about this book. I've never heard anyone mention it, but I've been lucky in the past doing that, and I thought maybe. So the premise is right up my alley. Okay, I will forgive sometimes books that the writing might not be the best, or the ending sometimes is not the best, if the premise is really unique and interesting. This is it. So the main character is Mormon, and he dies. And when he wakes up dead, he's being told that your God is not the actual God, so you're going to hell. And hell for him is this giant library, and he has to find the book that tells his life story. But in that giant library, there are every book possible that could have ever existed. So a lot of them are like gibberish, and then once in a while they might be able to find like one that has an actual sentence. So he is there for until, you know, you find that book. So you're following him. I did read it. I'll talk about it more in my wrap up, but the premise was just appealing. I think it's because I had just realized that, you know, the movie Constantine, they're doing a second one, and I had like hell in my mind. So when I saw hell in the title, I was like, what is this? What is this about? So yeah, I thought that was a special premise. So if you have anything to suggest, please let me know, because I'm a sucker for these kind of just strange, unique premises. So yeah. Cool idea. So you're going to see there's a little bit of everything in here because I'm trying to, you know, find whatever will help me. And I thought maybe, you know, mystery thriller. This is the Last Mrs Parish. I decided to pick this up because when I was mentioning McFadden, cannot stand her, but I tried her book. I think this was supposed to be like a little too close to the housemaid. So basically, allegedly, this might have been a little too similar. So I thought might as well read the original. I think this was part of the Reese with the Spoon book club, which love-hate relationship with it. But I decided, you know what? We're going to try the original, see how it feels, see how they compare. The writing cannot be nearly as bad as McFadden, so right? So I thought this seems like a summer beach read for me, and we're hopefully getting there. It's kind of actually getting hotter, so... But yes, I thought this could be a good idea for the summer. It's 400 pages, but these kind of books tend to be like kind of popcorn reads. So yeah, hoping it's better though. Another one that is also part of the Reese with the Spoon book club, I think this is a more recent one. And this one is more historical fiction, I want to say. Cute cover. But this one is described as a young woman and her lover are marooned on an island in this breathtaking saga, an epic story of love, fate, and defiance. I wanted to try it, and I wanted to give the Reese with the Spoon a second shot. So maybe I could do a vlog reading both of these. this is more outside of my comfort zone. This is more in there. So we'll see. We'll see. I feel like this could be a good option. I haven't done a video in a while, clearly. So the rest. Let's keep going with authors that are outside of my comfort zone, but I wanted to give them a shot. And we have Judy Piku. I have never read anything by her, but she's been saying things online and I wanted to support her. So I found some of her most popular authors, most popular books when I was used book shopping, and I grabbed two. So we have Small Great Things and Mad Honey. I had never read anything by her because she tends to write more contemporary kind of emotional stories, and it's been hit and miss for me as a genre overall. I feel like sometimes I feel almost emotionally manipulated, which, to be fair, that's what authors do in general. It's the point. But I just never really saw the appeal, but she's so popular and I'm curious now. So I got two of the ones I was able to find, two of her most popular ones. So we have Small Great Things, and in this one you're following a labor and delivery nurse who is a Black woman, and she's taking care of this baby, and the parents that are white don't want her to take care of their baby. And the next day the baby goes into cardiac distress and she hesitates to do anything, and that causes drama. So that's the first one. And the other one is Mad Honey. I believe this one you're following a woman who decides to, you know, leave her life in the city, goes to this little town. I thought that screamed more like summer beach read again for me. So I thought maybe this one, I think she's falling in love with someone and like finds happiness. So this one might be a bit more happy than this one, but you know, you choose whatever you are in the mood to read. I will probably attempt to do again a reading vlog maybe this summer. We'll see. I just wanted to have options and I wanted to give her a shot at this point because I feel like I had seen her books literally everywhere, but I've never read anything. So I did buy a few from authors I have tried before. The first one, this is a new book. My library did not have the audiobook, so I decided, keep forgetting ebooks exist and I don't like getting them from the library unless I have no choice. So I decided to get this one. This is There Are Rivers in the Sky, and I have read 2 of her books, 3? I can't remember. A couple of her books by Shivak, and she's good. She's good. Her writing is beautiful. She does emotionally manipulate you, but in a way that works for me. Yeah, I've definitely had a lot of emotions. I didn't cry, but you know, she definitely made me suffer. Yes, suffer while reading her books, and this is her newest one, and a lot of you told me that this is her best, so of course I'm a sucker and I got it. This is a story of one lost poem, 2 great rivers, and 3 remarkable lives, all connected by a single drop of water. That tells me absolutely nothing, but you know what? I will read it. Again, hopefully it's summer, and hopefully that can be a 5-star. I have a good feeling. Like prediction, I think this is a solid one on my list. I did read one book by this author. Actually, I think this was one of the only 2 5-star I gave this year. This was great. I love witches. But this one is not about witches. This is Lost Gods. And I was reading the description of all of his other books, trying to read something else by him, and I thought this one sounded the most appealing. It is pretty big and floppy, and I wanted to make sure there are pictures. Yes. For some reason, I second-guessed myself here, because in the other one in the middle, exactly like this, there are pictures that he drew himself, which I thought was pretty cool. I don't know if he drew that too, probably, but that's cool. Really creepy, but maybe end of summer, during the fall, I will want to get more creepy books, and he does it. So main character has a wife and an unborn child, and I don't know how or why, but he's being haunted by this evil, and he has to go to purgatory to get a key to save them. Again, at this point, after reading one book by him, I just wanted to try something, and this one sounded the most appealing to me. And again, the pictures kind of creep me out. Oh, they do. So I'm looking forward to reading this, probably again, end of summer, during the fall, probably. I also want to continue this series because why have I not? This is Fevered Star. Do I own that? Okay, so I bought this used, but for some reason I second guess myself. Usually I don't. I know some people have trouble and they have to like have a list of all the books that they own. I usually do not have an issue, but this one has been as an ebook on my library waiting list for years, so I just couldn't remember if I owned it or not, and maybe I do, but this is book 2 after Something Sky. I'll put it on the screen. This has one of the most intense first chapter I've literally ever read, and I needed to continue. It is a weird fantasy world with these giant, are they crows, ravens, whatever. It's weird, but the first chapter literally starts with the main male character. His mother poisoned him, or like gives him something so he falls asleep, and she carves really in his back a design, and I think she blinds him, then she just jumped from the balcony to herself. Again, some details may not be exact, it's been a while, but that was the first chapter. I will tell you, it is the most extreme portion of the book, so like if it's a bit too much for you, just, you know, keep that in mind. But that's how it starts, and it just keeps going, and I have yet to continue. I had read that in 24 hours, actually. I had done a vlog for that, and it was a very intense 24 hours because of that beginning. But yes, I have yet to continue, so I need to, and now I have no excuse because, again, my library did not have the audiobook. I don't really like listening to high fantasy as audiobook. It's too complicated, but they only had the ebooks. I tend to forget they exist, so now I own it. The next one is actually a gift from one of you. Thank you so much. This is Snowflower and the Secret Fan. I was intrigued because it does contain, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but Nushu? Anyway, it's a language that was invented by Chinese women back in the day when they weren't allowed to learn how to write. So they developed this language, well, this written language. And I think it's a really fascinating topic. I need to find like a nonfiction book on the topic, but yes, that's part of it. So I will be trying this. And then I have two classics. Again, during the summer, I tend to be more into classics. One of them is by Charlotte Bronte. I've only read one book by her, and this is Violette. I thought it was a skinny book, okay? I could have sworn that this book was supposed to be skinny, and I saw it was really thick, and I decided, you know what? I haven't read a lot of classics this year or in the last year or two. So eventually, I would like to pick it up, and it's also an edition that I do like. Do you try to collect the same edition for classics if you are someone that reads classics? Because my French classics are pretty much always these folio white ones. They're really pretty. And then I think this is what I'm, you know, deciding that I will be collecting for the English classics. They're pretty too. Black, you know, kind of balance itself. So I have a couple, but, you know, slowly working on it. And the last one I got from a little library, and there's a problem. I realized once I got home, but this is by Molière. This is The Misanthrope and Other Plays, which I realized when I got home, actually Molière writes in French. I speak French. Why am I reading his books that are translated, or his plays, whatever it is? So I don't know. Do you think I should bring it back and actually get it in French? I'll have to decide, but I got excited because I feel like I usually look and there's never really anything that appeals to me, but yeah, my problem here. So this was it, my second book haul of 2025. Let me know if there are any of them that you think I should prioritize. If you have an opinion on any of these, obviously spoiler free, anything you think I will love. I'm especially excited for this one, and I really want to try Judy Piku. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thumbs up, subscribe. I'll put more on the screen that I recommend you check out, and I will see you next in my April wrap up. Bye.